Hey there, welcome back to the channel or Facebook page, wherever you might be watching. Just want to give a opening video of my next project. This is a hallway going out to the porch there, we had some coats hanging up here. I just took the coat racks down, but it's also the bathroom. It's not a very big bathroom. It's got an old clawfoot tub in there, which in theory is really cool, but in practice, not so much. Climbing up and over this and then having the shower curtain around you and clingy sometimes. Small vanity. And we got a washer and dryer in here, stackable, one of those apartment size washer and dryers. So this is all going to get torn out. The floor needs to be replaced from everything from the floor joists up. This is going to be going away. And yeah, so taking all the walls out, everything's going to be reconfigured in here to make it a little more usable. So the first step is the demolition, getting it down not only to the studs. I'm probably going to take that entire wall out and rebuild it. I might try to gain another 6 inches or so into the hallway. I don't really know what I'm getting into until I get into it. I hope to get it done in the next 3 weeks or a month. That might be optimistic, but as soon as I get this done, or at least mostly done, I think I'm going to head south. Dad always seemed to put his mark on everything. This was done May 14th, 1986. Just about 40 years ago. It's hard to believe. So this wall was done 40 years previous. There's something cool about this house. Another piece of evidence that it predated the 1770s or so. Behind me are two boards. They'd be considered king boards. Any board over 19 inches was deemed to be property of the King of England, and that's why they were called king boards. In fact, my high school that I graduated from is called Kingswood, reference to the king board. There's a king pine ski area here relating to the king pine boards. And check this one out. Try to do it with one hand here. We got 22-inch wide board. That's backwards. In fact, there are two of them the same width. This board is 22 inches wide, and the one next to it is about the same. Those, of course, will be saved. All of these will be saved. These original hand-planed boards. Well, I got those two boards off. You can see, they're so wide, two of them together. And you can see the saw marks on the back. It's all rough here. The other side is hand planed, but these saw marks going straight across, meaning they were cut in most typically a pit, where there'd be one guy down in the pit with a straight saw and another one standing on the top. And they would saw through these massive trees to cut the boards. Just can't imagine the work, all the physical labor. Very cool. Well, 2 walls gone, 2 to go. Okay, well, yes, I did. I finally put a mask. I put a mask on. It's getting a little dusty in here. I'm done with the demolition of the walls, so I got all the drywall down. I cleaned up a little bit, but it's still going to be a mess. Taking the ceiling down and block that off. My truck is pretty much full of drywall, so I've got to take a trip to the dump. I was able to get the clawfoot cast iron tub on a dolly there, so it can be moved fairly easily. The thing is heavy as heck. If you'd like one, I'd be glad to drop it off in your driveway for you. I'm going to try to sell it, but I've seen them on Facebook Marketplace, and they're really not asking a lot of money for them. This one, I found the date on the bottom from 1914, so it's an old timer. It's been in the house for over 100 years, I am sure. And I found some little notes and newspapers behind the wall. My dad was big into doing that. This is a Laconia Citizen from not too long ago, 1993. So we'll see what other treasures we find in here as we move along, but the real task will be that ceiling. Whew, that's going to be a mess. Well, this is an interesting find. It's a lottery ticket, Powerball, from April 16th, 2005, 21 years old. It's old enough to drink, but too old to cash, I am sure. God, I hope that wasn't a winner. Well, it's end of day 2. Got the tub, washer dryer, sink, vanity base out. Now I got all the drywall off the walls. I have not gotten to the ceiling yet. That's a project for probably tomorrow. That's going to be god awful. I took the other load of stuff to the dump, just shy of 700 pounds to the landfill or to the transfer station. And yeah, looking forward to getting the ceiling down and seeing what's up under there. That's going to dictate a lot where I can run plumbing. My idea is to have the washer and dryer there in that corner where it was, the toilet pretty much where it was, and built-in shower over here with this sink over in that section. So the shower is only going to be about 3 by 4, but the bathroom's only 9 by 7. So I'm kind of limited as to what I can do. Quitting time. Okay, well, this is the part I've been kind of dreading. Is tearing out the ceiling. There's no way around it. It's just going to be messy and dusty, and we're going to be ordering a face mask. I got the door closed off with a blanket, and actually that's a doormat, but hopefully that'll keep the dust out. I'm going to shut the air heating system off so it doesn't circulate the dust through the house. So hope for the best, and a real mess to clean up. Take to the dump. Okay, I guess there's a little dusty. Look at my mask. Well, I'm gonna leave this here for a little bit. Just let the dust settle and get something to drink. And I just want to point out what I found underneath here. There's the plumbing that was put in probably 30, 40 years ago by my dad. Also the big beams, they're probably 11, 12 inches on a side. And those are made of oak typically. Also knob and tubing wiring. That was the first iteration of indoor electrical wiring with porcelain insulators. And the conductors are actually separate. One's a hot, one's a neutral. So even though it looks kind of sketchy and it's kind of a relatively safe way to do it, now we get the conductor and the neutral side by side in a casing. So that whiteboard, that's a corner post. It was wrapped in boards a while ago, maybe originally. But these beams are just very, very big. Well, the demo is more or less done. I'm not going to do the walls yet. Those are the outside walls, and it's got some insulation on it. Not great insulation, but it's better than nothing. It's going to be very cold over the next week or so. So I'm going to keep that up there until I have something to replace it with, some new insulation. I'm going to put some new 2x4s ahead of that. Because of the old world construction, you got the braces there in the corner. It's not traditional framing, so I have to get a little bit creative, and I'll build the 2x4s out over these corner braces. I'm forgetting the name of them right now, and then insulate properly, etc. Really impressed with the ceiling. I want to expose these beams at somehow, so that'll be cool. The ceiling's going to be a lot higher in the bathroom. One thing that's kind of neat that I discovered, I kind of suspected this when I was before I started, is the lath that was underneath the plaster. This is called accordion lath, and it's split from a fairly wide board. I want to say it's maybe a little over ½ an inch wide or so. This predated the more, I guess, modern lath, if you want to call it that. This was used up until about 1830. Then it was phased out using more milled than the traditional lath, which was uniform thickness, about 1/4 of an inch, and about that wide. So this predates that, early 1800s. The beams are very, very big, and that's kind of indicative of the late 18th century, so maybe 1770 to 1790, somewhere in there. So there's some conflicting information on the actual age of this house, and there's no real documentation, but I'll go with late 1700s. It may not be 1749. That's pretty early. So this is a wrap for this portion of the project. The harder part now is to put everything back together. Yeah. I'm dog sitting.